All right, we're joined now by one man who is not at all surprised about Ken Lewis stepping down at Bank of America. He's the author of House of Cards and a Bloomberg contributing editor, Bill Cohan. Bill,
morning, Eric.
You called it. Just last week you were here telling us, when Deirdre was asking you that how long is it going to be before Ken Lewis steps down, you said by January 1st. December 31st is
pretty
as close to January 1st as you can get. Let me ask you this question. A lot of the emphasis this morning has been on Ken Lewis's failures. We just heard about the stock price from John Ehrlichman and what kind of a legacy he's leaving there. Obviously, the stock may rebound. We'll have to see. Is it unfair to judge Ken Lewis this negatively against all the other CEOs who've been booted out from Wall Street over the past couple of years?
Well, the irony here, Eric, is that he had shown a tremendous amount of restraint for many years as this bubble was building. He didn't do his deals, either at Countrywide or Merrill, until the bubble had really inflated to its peak. So he does deserve some credit for showing restraint for a while. Unfortunately, he did two big deals, with Merrill being, of course, the biggest at the peak of the market, and I have to say he overpaid for both of them, forgetting for a minute, of course, whether he violated SEC rules about disclosure, which the legal authorities are going to investigate. I think he really, unfortunately, hurt his shareholders very badly, and that's what he's paying for today.
Couple of quick questions. You're going to be staying with us, of course. Pay. Bank of America tells us that Ken Lewis is going to be treated just like any other employee. His options are going to vest. He's been there, going back to NCNB, for 40 years, so he's got a lot of money tied up in those Bank of America options. Is that fair? They're saying that there's effectively no golden parachute, but Ken Lewis gets to walk away with everything that he has, quote-unquote, earned up to this point.
Look, yeah, I mean, as far as Wall Street CEOs go, I mean, Ken Lewis is on the low side of the overall wealth meter. I mean, his stock has increased off its lows. It was worth maybe around $15 million. Now it's worth around $85 million. Compare that with Lloyd Blankfein, who's obviously created a lot more value at Goldman Sachs. His stock is worth $600 million. So I think it's a relative matter. No one's going to cry for Ken Lewis, but he probably, should get what he's got coming to him in terms of those things. Yes.
Okay, Bill, I've got many more questions to pose, and I'm glad you're sticking with us. This is Bloomberg contributor Bill Cohan sitting right beside me.